Psalm presentation, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. These are insights from my prayer and thoughts over the last 5 days. Day 1, memories of my mother. Day 2, he refreshes my soul. Day 3, he comforts me. Day 4, prepares my table, and my cup overflows. Day 5, reflections on heaven. Day 1, memories of my mother. I chose this psalm as it was my mother's favorite psalm. It was read at her funeral mass 13 years ago. The psalm always brings back fond memories of my mom and my family growing up. She had a profound faith in God, and remembering her refreshes my soul. The second day, he refreshes my soul. Jesus refreshes my soul. I am so thankful for what Jesus did for me and for you. Especially during Christmas season, I thank Jesus for becoming a man and teaching us God's way, for dying on the cross to redeem us from our sin. And I reflect on Christmas and gifts and realize I lack nothing. Jesus leads my life and refreshes my soul. Day 3, he comforts me in times of trouble. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Jesus is my shepherd that watches over me, even when I am going through dark times and despair. He is there for me. I reflected on the week of my father's passing, as it was on my mind from sharing it on the discussion post this week, and how Jesus was there to comfort me, just as a shepherd watches over his sheep. I felt safe even in my darkest valley. That's in verse 4. Day 4, Jesus prepares a table for me. You prepare a table for me. I was in the restaurant business most of my career, and I thought of all the preparations, labor, and effort that went into preparing a table for our guests. Jesus is doing the same for us. He is preparing for us to join him in his wonderful restaurant in the next world. He wants us to eat of his bread and drink of his wine that he prepared for us in crucifixion. I am so blessed. Also in day 4, I reflected on how my cup overflows. I continue my reflection as I sip my second cup of coffee. My cup overflows. In verse 5, I again reflected on how blessed I am. I have my health, my family, my home, my job, a safe environment. But most of all, Jesus has anointed me and prepared my table to be with him in heaven. How can I be any more blessed than that? On day 5, I would dwell in the house of the Lord. Today I reflected on heaven and would dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And verse 6 says, heaven is a real place. It is our Father God's home and our eternal home. What a wonderful place it will be. I can't wait to get there. Now I understand why Psalm 23 was important, was my mother's favorite, and it gives me hope and reminds me just how blessed I am.